Hey, welcome back. So today I'm heading back to the rebel lion that I made the other day, and I'm going to make a character reference sheet for him. I wanted to do this for a couple of reasons. The first reason was to help flesh out the character. It would also help if I ever wanted to animate him, having a sheet to work from. It would also help me work out other details and, of course, give him a name. I settled on the name Miles Morgan. The second reason was to have an image to show as reference as to what I can offer when offering character reference sheets as commissions. A little while ago, I found this fantastic website called Posemaniacs, which has hundreds of figure references which can be viewed from all angles, changed between male and female models, and lets you choose different lighting presets. I find a basic standing pose and use it to get references for all the angles I need. I began by sketching in the muscles and, like with my last piece, kept the head humanoid at the start. Then once I had all the muscles drawn, I added in the ears and snout and altered the shape of the head slightly where necessary. I repeated the same process for the other 4 angles. For the side angles, I duplicated the first side and flipped it over, changing the angle of the tail. After that, I went in and started on the line art, using my last painting of him as reference. Before moving on to the next angle, I blocked in the colour, again using the reference to pick colours from. I also added in other smaller details like a few scars on his arms and one on his torso. This guy gets in a lot of fights, so I wanted his appearance to reflect this. For the sides again, I did the same as before, duplicating, flipping and altering. Then once I drew the back, it was time to add the rest of the colour. Now it was time to add the shading and highlights, again using the Posemaniacs figure as reference. The last two angles would showcase his clothing. For this I used 3/4 front and 3/4 back angles and got them from Posemaniacs. I followed the same process. The last steps were to draw a close-up of the eye and hand and foot pads. These can be useful to showcase any patterning the character may have on parts of them that aren't generally seen. In my character's case there is no patterning, but gives anyone working from the sheet an easy picture to use the colour picker on. Another optional thing character reference sheets can have are colour palettes, which also aid in this process. I've decided to forego them here, but they're easy enough to put together. Off-screen, I added in the character details. I kept this off-screen as this mostly consisted of searching through lists of names and looking up words in different languages to help me come up with name ideas. And with that, I was done. Let's have a look at the final piece.